Hi Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading for July 6th through the 11th. We're going to take a look at the person on your mind, what your situation is, if there are any blocks or challenges. We're also going to take a look at your person's feelings towards you this week, their intentions, their next move towards you. If there's anything hidden, we'll figure that out, and then we're going to get some advice for you as well. So let's just jump right in. Clear messages for Aquarius, please. Tell me about the person on Aquarius's mind for the week of July 6th through the 11th. The person on your mind, you get the Ace of Swords. Your situation is the Six of Cups, the Challenge, the Empress. Your person's feelings towards you, the Hierophant. Their intentions, the Devil, Capricorn energy. Their next steps, the Nine of Swords. What you may not know, the Six of Pentacles, and the advice for you is the Three of Pentacles. So, Aquarius, it does look pretty conflicted here. For your person, you get the Ace of Swords. Your person is wanting to talk. They have a lot to say. They want to cut through all the noise and just say their piece. You know, the Ace of Swords is like getting everything out in the open and being super clear and starting from there, right? It's like, let's just get it all out. Why are we not communicating? This does feel like you're in a no communication situation. And this is somebody who, you know, you have a history with. This isn't anybody new. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords, please, for the person on Aquarius's mind. You get the Six of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Empress again. Yeah, you know, Aquarius, you see this person as your counterpart. You got into this relationship thinking that there was going to be a lot of reciprocation, a lot of equal give and take, and you felt like this was the one. The Empress is somebody who not only takes good care of others, but of themselves as well. But they can also be kind of a people pleaser. And, you know, a lot of times there's codependency when the Empress shows up, but it's not anything that they consciously have control over. And everything is kind of done with this idea of making you happy. But we have to make ourselves happy first, right? Let's look at the Six of Cups for your situation. You know, you feel like this was somebody maybe that you had a previous life relationship with, if you believe in that kind of thing. This is definitely somebody who you saw as a soulmate, somebody who you're super comfortable around. Let's clarify the Six of Cups. You get the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and again, the Hierophant. You're getting a lot of doubles here. This is a long-term committed relationship with somebody that you are really passionate about. You guys probably have pretty good sex life. That's not for everybody. Should be for everybody, but it's not. But the Hierophant is telling me that, you know, you were really committed to this, and I think your person was really committed to this as well. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Taurus, But why would the Empress be the block to this? The Empress could be challenging this in the sense of that codependency tip I was just mentioning. Let's clarify the Empress, please. Why is the Empress in the challenge position for Aquarius? You get the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Wands. Wow, yeah. There's too many people here. So that could be one problem, but also there's a lot of love here. This just like reeks of love. And I think your person has a lot of emotional intelligence, and there's somebody who really thinks about how they feel. It might not come supernaturally to them to feel things, so they might have to like really process their emotions. And maybe your challenge is that you're not really so much like that. Aquarians are super cerebral. They like to just kind of decide and then go with it. And it looks like this could just be kind of a clash of personalities in the sense that you're not understanding each other. There's like a lot of confusion here, and a lot of confusion about the confusion. Like, I don't understand why you don't understand, right? For your person's feelings, you have the Hierophant. Once again, they feel like you're their person. They feel super committed to you. Even though this feels like you're maybe not in contact at the moment, they still feel like a super strong connection to you. And like, you're not going to get away from them. Why is the Hierophant here for Aquarius, this person's feelings? Page of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Six of Cups again. They feel the same way. They feel like you're their soulmate. They feel like you guys are supposed to be together, that you've built a foundation that was stable, and they feel like there's an opportunity for growth still, even though you're not speaking. The Empress twice, the Six of Cups twice, the Hierophant twice. This is a reading about growth. It could be that you and your person are in two different places as far as your growth trajectory is concerned. At different times in our lives, we focus on different things. You could be focused on work, and they could be focused on their emotional world or their stability. So when you come together, it's like you're kind of in two different places, and you're having a hard time putting those two places in the same place. You're having a hard time merging right now. Why is the Devil here for Aquarius's person's intentions? The Devil is tempted by lust. It can talk about insecure attachments. It could talk about excess. Why is the Devil here for their intentions? Two of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Five of Cups. Okay, I see what this is. Your person's intentions is to see what can be salvaged here. They realize that there are some toxic patterns, and that's not to say anything about you, Aquarius, but it does take two to tango. The Two of Pentacles and the Devil, this is like there's two people and there's a lot of juggling going on. It takes two. If somebody is pulling away, naturally the other one is going to chase after. And when that person starts chasing after, that makes this person pull away. And it's this dynamic, it's a toxic dynamic that the two of you have, and you're not just coming, you can't just see eye to eye in this situation. But this is your person's intentions, is like they are willing to work on it. They see the pattern, they understand what's going on, and they're determined to figure it out. That's not to say that you are, you know, you might just be like, this is too much work for me. Like, I can just find somebody who meets me where I am. But for their intentions, the Nine of Wands here is telling me that, like, they're willing to take a stand and they're not going to give up. And against all odds, they're willing to do the work here. It's up to you, Aquarius, if you are as well. We have the Nine of Swords for their next steps towards you. This is like feeling haunted by doubt. Your person is like, I'm anxious. I'm staying up all night, ruminating, and feeling suspicious and overwhelmed by stress. Clarify the Nine of Swords, please. Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords, the Lovers. Yeah, your person is like very much working on the breakup. And what does that mean? That means that they are thinking a lot about what went wrong, what they did wrong, how they can improve themselves, but they are hurt. The Three of Swords and the Lovers, I mean, this is a breakup. This is somebody choosing to separate. You choose to get together and you choose to separate. But it's not easy. But you can believe your person is not out there having a great time. They're not trying to hook up with other people to like get you off their mind. They are journaling, they are going to therapy. They're trying to work through this. And it's hard, but they're there for it. Your person is a hard worker. I'll give them that. Why is the Six of Pentacles what you don't know? Like, maybe you think that you were always giving, 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 and getting nothing in return. And maybe your person thought the same thing, but you guys were just giving in two different ways. And you weren't seeing how the other person was showing up for you. But what you may not know is that they're willing to show up 100% for you. You just have to be willing to show up 100% for them as well. There's no, I hate when people say like relationships are 50-50. They're not. They're 100-100. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. Get the Knight of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Seven of Swords. Well, the the Hangman, for what you may not know, is like, you've been put on pause. Your person does want to reconcile with you. They don't want this relationship to end, but they're not rushing in to do anything about it because they're trying to work on themselves first. The Knight of Swords is decisive, and they make sometimes impulsive decisions, but you know, they're doing a lot of thinking at the same time. The Hangman is like, they're trying to get a different perspective. What went wrong? What could I do better going forward? But there's uncertainty here. There's definitely uncertainty here of how they can show up and how you can feel like they are putting in the effort. There's something deceptive about it. There's something, the Seven of Swords, it's like they're trying to get away with something, or there's trust issues between the two of you. But it doesn't, I don't see what that could be. It could simply be that you don't trust that they're going to show up for you in the way that you need them to. And potentially they don't believe that you can do the same for them. They certainly want that. Your advice here is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles as advice is work together, support each other. You know, we don't have to make the other person bad when we break up as a way to like move ourselves in that direction. Sometimes it's easier that way, but your advice is to work together, to collaborate. Clarify this, please. You get the Chariot, the Two of Cups, and the World. Your advice is don't walk, but run back to this partnership, because you have somebody here who really thinks about you constantly, and not in a way of like being obsessed, but in a way of like, how can I make this work? How can I show up for Aquarius? How can we have a brand new start? And how can we turn this ending into a brand new beginning? And there's a lot of determination here. Your person has a lot of willpower. Your person is not someone who like sits back and waits for things to happen to them. And your advice is to be open to it. You know, I don't know what happened here to bring this relationship to an ending, but if you see the potential in this relationship, your person does too. And I think if you guys just like communicate and connect on like a deep, intimate level, you can really have a super strong connection here. But that's entirely up to you, right? Takes two. Right, Aquarius, this is what I have for you, and I'll see you next time.